Okay. Aplauso. Let's start with a little applause. There we go. Okay, here we are.
This is the first one we're doing together in 2026.
What, you and me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that came about.
I just haven't seen this vision.
Okay. All right. No, today I'll be like this the whole day. I got to go to the chiropractor after this one.
I guess
Listen,
it's so special.
You should. Honestly, this reminds me of our lunches right now.
well, can I at least just? Oh, here we go. Can I just introduce our what we're doing here today? We're coming in, live from. I want to say live, but we are live. You guys will see it recorded, but we are live at the brand new Mercedes-Benz dealership of Coral Gables. And you guys are taking a look at this. What a spectacular, but I say spectacular showroom. Spectacular showroom. I want to say, it was this guy's idea, but it wasn't. No, I'm joking. Let's introduce our guests. We have with us Mike Rodriguez, also known as M-Rod. He is the VP of all Florida stores and GM of the Coral Gables. I don't know, is there another title I'm missing there? And
I'm not big in title, but
no?
Lord.
Yeah.
We walk with the titles.
No, those are the other ones. And then also with us, we have, best last name, Peter Warwar.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
no relation to Emilio Warwar,
No,
unfortunately.
And we have Peter, as everybody knows him around here in the Gables. He's our ambassador of Coral Gables Mercedes. Welcome both to you to A Day in Miami podcast.
Thank you.
Are you guys excited?
Absolutely.
Super excited.
We've been waiting for this for almost 2 years.
By the way, we were waiting for 2 years, but today in the chat, it was you guys better not show up here without either croquetas or some little empanadas, so
We want cafecito.
You didn't have to let that.
Have croquetica, cafecito.
Yeah, they do.
We take care
They
of them.
do. Gentlemen, welcome. What a spectacular place, Mike. This has been, let's start from the beginning. I mean, Mercedes already been in Coral Gables, but this new location, give us a little bit between both of you. The time that, of course, we were over here in the other dealership. What happened with that dealership? How long did this take? And what was the process about this?
So Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables has been in this location across the street for almost 70 years. And about 5 years ago, or a little bit more, they acquired this building that used to be the police station. And fire
That's
station.
right. You're absolutely right.
And that's when the whole idea came of redoing the whole building and moving our sales operation.
Did you guys keep the jail up there?
No, we kept it downstairs in the basement. So if Eddie
ones that
doesn't
don't
behave,
pay?
we'll send Eddie down there for a little bit. But after the store was acquired, the remodeling was in process already, and it got completed in October of last year, and we moved our sales operation in November over to this new brand new building. We maintain our service operation at the old across the street, and we're going to be remodeling that building as well and improving the customer-facing areas as well.
Okay.
What was the purpose of the move, though? Just more space?
Well, listen, Mercedes-Benz does require dealerships to improve the sites. And this is something that was going on for many years even before the new team acquired. And it was agreed upon. And, what you see here, a lot of the things is what Mercedes requires. They have a certain style they want you to rebuild these stores, and we have to follow that policy. And, it makes sense. Also, that showroom only hold 2 cars. I mean, to do the business that we've been doing in that showroom, it was amazing to get it accomplished.
Yeah.
And we needed more space for sales, for managers. So it was time to get into a bigger showroom.
Yeah, no, and walking around here, this place is beautiful.
No, this
The
is a
desks
club.
are nice. Super.
You guys can't hear the music in the background.
Slick
but
black.
As per Mercedes-Benz, we are the largest Mercedes-Benz stores in the United States.
Wow.
As far as square footage, when you combine both stores together.
That's pretty crazy.
I have a thought, but maybe in the future we could even rent this lobby area for a great. I mean, this lobby area is spectacular for events. I mean, I'm already thinking of a great party here. By the way,
Peter,
we're open.
I'm celebrating something. Petey, talk to me. Talk to me.
For those people who don't know you, tell them a little about yourself.
Give us.
I am Peter Warwar, brand ambassador for Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables. 16 years I've been here. We've been 69 years in the area. This is a 140-year-old company, Mercedes-Benz. We just celebrated our 140th anniversary. I was originally in the automobile business for the last 20 years, and I do most of the legwork, community work, philanthropical stuff. I represent Mike Rodriguez and Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables and Dream Motors. So I interact with the community on a regular basis. talk to people like yourself, Manny, and
All right, so where did the last name War come from? That's my first
boy.
question.
Oh, boy. Now we're going to go into history here.
No, I like that. I mean, that's a beautiful last name.
How would
So
that be in Spanish?
guerra, guerra.
Maybe you have a relation
Guerrillero.
to Tony and Eddy Guerra.
So I was born in Jamaica, Jamaican heritage. My father was
Beautiful
from the
place, man. Beautiful place.
My father was from the Middle East. My mother is Jamaican, and I migrated here a few decades ago, maybe 40 years ago. So I've been here ever since. That's the origination of the name. It wasn't made up. It was real. It's real.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know.
No, we verified that. We found another war. No relation. There has to be a relationship.
There
somewhere.
usually is a relationship.
He's a little little Middle Eastern himself. Emilio. He looks pretty good. So this is a good question for both of you, and I want to know what. I mean, out of all the Mercedes, and we respect all the Mercedes around, but what sets this Mercedes dealership apart from others?
Well, beside having the ambassador.
Yes.
It's very important. Listen,
Wait. Is that title nationwide or citywide?
No, but
or?
not after this podcast. It'll be nationwide for sure, you know?
No, now it's really official.
You're too much,
Put the
man.
stamp on that thing today.
No, listen, there's a couple of things. This location is a blessed and a very special location.
Yeah.
It's been around here, like I said, almost 70 years. The employees that we have been here for over 40 years, 30 years, 25. These employees have made their life, that accomplished all their life dreams here working with us. But we're a store that we really specialize, not on being transactional, but building relationships.
Okay.
And I think that sets us apart from the rest of the other Mercedes-Benz stores.
With the fact of the relationships that you guys have.
Absolutely. We have customers here that they bought here, the kids bought here, the grandkids were bought here.
Wow.
They're great.
It's like legacy.
So it's a legacy store and it's a destination store, And listen, being able to be in Coral Gables with the demographics in Coral Gables is amazing as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You've seen wonderful developments come up. One of them is our good friends, Jose Antonio and them at the Coral Gables Plaza. You see FIFA put their headquarters in Coral Gables. We have events almost every month here now. How have you seen the demographic change in the last 3 or 4 years where you have all these big, sometimes these Fortune 500 companies coming in now and this is their backyard? Have you noticed that directly on your guys' end?
Absolutely. We've noticed a difference. As a matter of fact, even Mercedes has us as we're the largest area of opportunity for Mercedes and with the most opportunity because of the growth in the area. So we've noticed a big difference in the last couple of years. The clientele, you see clientele from all over the other states, different countries are moving into the area too. Coral Gables is, city beautiful. The name is very appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's has the average order value increased, or
As what?
has the average order value, has the average purchase price increased?
It's all related. Yeah, it's all relatable.
You got some
The
really nice
tariffs
cars
are
back
the
here.
tariffs affecting?
You got a really
you
nice
know,
cars back here.
Listen, the tariff affects somewhat, but Mercedes-Benz is one of the company that really exports the most vehicles out of the United States to other countries. They have a huge factory in Tuscaloosa and Alabama.
No way. You have a factory here in the U.S.?
Absolutely,
Wow.
and all the SUVs are being built here,
No
and they get
way.
exported to other countries too.
That goes to contrary belief that people usually say that, hey, you can't do production or factories here and be profitable.
They find a way.
I want to touch on something you talked a little about with some of your employees that have been here, and we talked about that because I love how everybody's here, dressed to the nines. Everybody's very well, groomed. What do you look when you say I want to build my team? What do you look for in building your team of salespeople?
Listen, I think that looking professional sets a tone for the whole environment. For customers walking in, we're selling a luxury line. So I feel it's very appropriate to dress attire. Also, when I hire, at my level, I hire upper management. And what I look for is consistency, drive, loyalty. That's important. In today's world, it's really important. The team that we have here, I came on board almost 2 years ago, and most of the management team is in place, and I'm big in promoting from within. Most of the managers we promoted in the last 2 years are all with it, worked at the store.
I think that's wonderful.
And promote.
Well, because it makes it, even more better than the fact of one saying, "Let me bring some people from outside." I mean, I think that's a testament of what you guys do here. Bringing in the same people. It gives everybody that strive to even do better.
Absolutely. In a store like this, the turnover is very little. We're very blessed to have very little turnover. So when this opportunity to promote from within, then your staff sees this opportunity, and then we're being fair and being consider them as well.
Yeah. How many cars more or less are you guys selling monthly, or like what are your goals, or what are you seeing in the 20s? I feel like the vehicle market it does give us some indicators on how the economy is doing as well.
Listen, at this level, the customers we deal with, the economy affects them, but not as much as that in other segments of our clientele. Listen, in 2023, we were number 5th in the nation in sales. And last year we finished number 2 in the nation in retail sales. And this month in January we finished number 2 again. And our goal is to strive to become the number 1 store in the nation.
No. And after this podcast, we have to be number 1. I mean, it has to be.
We average about 500 new and pre-owned cars.
Oh, that's amazing.
New and used.
That's really big.
So on that point, Mike, and that's important, because I want everybody out there, everybody, we're going to get trust me, we get all these comments. Oh, Mercedes, it's only for, people that can there's
a Maybach right behind you.
Well, I got that.
Maybach,
I got that. I mean, this month we're going to make it happen because Jay's in line to buy the 1 of 1. So Jay's looking at that one. He's been contemplating that since we did the video the other day.
Yeah, and we do like 30 years financing on that car.
Well, maybe 40, maybe 40. And plus I have to negotiate a new contract in Japan. But my question now is that do we have some good affordability cars here?
Absolutely.
Like
We have SUVs from in the upper 30s going all the way up to 200,000. So we have for every category of person, for the student, for the parents, for the soccer mom, for the non-soccer mom. We have every level of car.
Which in turn, people's not only just buying because of luxury, you're buying because I believe also for the safety and the endurance of a car.
I think it's a combination. I think that people buy because of technology, the performance, but also that star.
Yeah.
It means accomplishment. It means, you get to a certain stage in life, and it's an accomplishment goal you had, and the star makes a difference. Listen, in my previous job, I was running different brands, and I thought that one of the brands was very competitive with Mercedes. And when I got here, Mercedes customers are totally different than any other brand that competes with Mercedes.
Yeah.
They trust the brand, and they feel it's an accomplishment, and they could justify paying a little bit more for the Mercedes.
Well, Eddy has a story.
I have a story, yeah. I think I was like 19 or 20. I had saved up money. My first car was a Copart car where I got from an auction. We fixed it up with a PT Cruiser.
So rebuilt title.
PT Cruiser, right? And ese carro lo medí. I had the TVs, the subwoofers, the whole high school, vibe that everybody was doing at that time. And it was time to change, and I had saved up some money. And I think I had like an Express credit card, and I was bouncing around from dealerships down US 1 solo. I was like, I'm just gonna go into this, and I went to Infinity. I went to BMW. I think I went to Jaguar, and all of them were like, nope. And I'm like, okay. I end up Mercedes-Benz Cutler Bay, and I speak to the sales guy there. I forgot, and I'm walking around, and it was it was nice, long E350. Back then they were like made out of steel, like they were really good. Now it's a little bit more lightweight. You could tell when you open the doors. And I sat down to this guy, and he gave me the approval. And I was like, he runs my credit, and he goes, under one condition. I was like, okay, you got to put $9,000 down.
Damn. How much you have saved up?
Yeah, like $16,000 saved up at that time.
Okay. Well,
and I was like, you know what? To your point, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. This is like, I'm working like a dog, etc. And I want this car. And when I put my $9,000 down.
You're able to justify it.
And it was justified, man. And I love that car, man. That car was a nice car. It took me a long way.
By the way, Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, our sister store, too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So without you even knowing at that time, you were
investing in the future.
Investing in the future of Mercedes.
Yeah. And honestly,
Coral Gables.
as a user, before even coming on and meeting Mike and Peter and all these times, I've had a Mercedes for like 15 years. Right now, I have the convertible 2-door, and it's the turning radius. It's the technology. It's the way people see it. They look at you. And I keep my car clean. I wash it 2-3 times a week. The inside with the red leather. And there's when I was single, when you pick up a chick in a Mercedes, it's just different. They just know. Like you're doing something right.
For the other women out there, we're picking up a lady, not just a chick.
Yeah.
Okay, just for
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the brand, and I'm a loyal customer of the brand, and I hope to continue being that.
Well, I think it's time for you to
appreciate
change the
that.
car, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think Peter can give you a deal. Mike, let me ask you a question. Even though people may not understand this, the guy is 80. He looks great. You know what I'm saying? How long have you been in this business, brother?
My brother, I'm not 80, but it feels like I'm 80. How long I've been in the business?
This is I like to bother him because Mike is your example of the groomed men. You know what I'm saying? All of them here. I always praise. You know me about the clothing
100%.
situation. I praise that. I think it's important. But how long have you been in the business of?
You do a great job in grooming yourself.
No, thank you. I take after you.
Yeah.
No, you're a little older than me. Listen, I started the business. I was working in downtown Miami selling shoes. Okay. And I got let go because it was seasoned. It was very seasonal.
What year was this?
It was 1983.
Okay.
Okay. I'm 59, by the way. I want to be transparent about it so everybody knows. And one of my best friends in high school, his dad was the general manager of Gus Machado Story and managing partner. So I told him, listen,
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Gus and also to Joe Sanchez. They gave me the opportunity, senior. And I told him I need a job. I helped my mom. I need to get a job. And he got me a job, and I started there watching vehicles. I support her. And it was amazing. I got to tell you, I fell in love with the business like 2 or 3 months into it. Besides the fact that guys dress good all the time.
Yeah.
They had money in their pocket. They drove a company car. Back then, they would give you a demo, a company car to drive. I said, man, this is perfect for me. I always knew I was going to do something in sales, And nothing. They gave me the opportunity. I went from watching cars. I became a service advisor. From service advisor, then I went to sales. From sales, then into management. And for the past 25 years, I've been a general manager and a managing partner, and it's been a great career. I love it. It's funny. My daughter Michaela, I'm gonna give her a shout out. Michaela Rodriguez, Northwestern, financial planner.
She has a great name. That's my aunt's name, Michaela.
She asked me the other day. We were talking. She's very much like me, and she was asking me, Dad, is there something you like about your job? And it took me like half an hour. I really had to go deep and think about it. And I told her, Michaela, I love what I do. There's nothing negative that I don't like.
Right. Apart when I have to deal with that digital marketing.
Oh, with the headache guy? Oh, yeah, that's the guy who's paying you.
Listen, Mike, I wanted to ask though, because I had put a video of you up on the Instagram, and I had 2 people tell me, hey, ask him about his Gus Machado story. Like, I know you went over it lightly now, but is there something deeper to that?
No, listen, the fact is that Joe Sanchez Sr., he was like a father figure to me.
Gotcha.
And when I asked him, when I asked him that I wanted to go from being a porter to sales, he told me, no. Keep going to school. I'm going to send you to General Motors School to get trained to be a service advisor.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, to this day, I remember that it was like a 3-week course. It was great. And at the end of the course, they ask you, where do you see yourself in the future now in the business? And I told them, I want to be exactly like the gentleman that got me into this business, be a general manager and the partner of the store, because that's my goal. And I was very fortunate and blessed to accomplish that.
Does that still exist, those schools?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's schools. We have our general sales manager, Gabriel Camps. We're sending him to
We'll be bringing him
NADA.
soon.
That he's going to a school to get prepared. I believe, listen, I've been very fortunate that I have mentors throughout my career. And, they've been there for me in guidance and advice. And I've tried to do the same. As I move up, I try to bring people up with me and give me the opportunity. To me, it's very fulfilling to have people that work to me
100%.
become general manager, own some stores, and that's my goal. I mean, I would like to say that, not my legacy, but down the road, people will say, listen, I appreciate Mike took the time to spend time with me, put me through training, schooling, and I'm able to have a career out of it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but not only about the Gus Machado, but throughout his life, he also bumped into a lot of characters in Miami. You know what I'm saying? A lot of characters.
Who?
No, one of them is my uncle. So at the end of the day, which a shout out.
Is this one of those old school
Manage
80s stories, 90s
Shout
stories?
out to my uncle, my great uncle Tio Kiki. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mike are talking about the car industry and this and that. I go, no man, my uncle's been there. He goes, oh wait, who's your uncle? And I tell him, he goes, oh my God, that's a character. So I mean, again, those are a lot of characters that you bumped into throughout your whole year.
Absolutely.
You know, the car business is I find it to be so fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and at the end of the day, people got to understand that I'm a strong advocate of people with, you know, like people that go to tradesman schools and all this other stuff. If that's your passion and that's what you want to do, I mean, I know we're all pushing the sense, oh, go get your degree, go get your 4-year degrees. But life has changed. And, you know, I always go through this whole situation. And if not, I always implore for you guys, please go check podcast 14, which is Manny's view about, you know, the FSU degree in the world, which is not the FSU school, but the Flagler Street University diploma. You got to have that street smart.
Yeah.
And then sometimes.
That's more than anything.
And that's one of, and then at the end of the day, you can see, and not for anything, because I'm not trying to, you know, knock on anybody's career, but you have people in this industry making much more money than some people. I had to go to, you know, X amount of years in school. It's very important for you to choose wisely what you want to do. And I always say choose what you're really passionate in. And if you're good in sales, you can really knock it out and make a lot of money, especially how you just said all these guys going to the school and getting trained on this, you know, which I didn't know really existed. I don't know how many people you out there knew existed, but I know that existed, all this school to go and find out about, you know,
Absolutely.
the cars and the whole thing.
But listen, you're absolutely right. I think that when you're passionate about something, then it's no longer work. You know, my you know, I had a year and a half of college, and then you know, but I had the Little Havana University. I went to Little Havana University. You know?
That's a master's, my brother.
I grew up in Little Havana.
Oh, no
Very
way.
proud to say I grew up in Little Havana.
That's a master's.
But as my kids were getting ready to go to college, I did, you know, I was fortunate enough to do the prepaid, the 529 plans, all set up. And the only thing I told my girls is, I don't care what you decide to study. I want you to find something that you're passionate
100%.
about. And money's gonna come along with it.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is, just be passionate about it.
true.
And that's a great advice.
Yeah.
And in today's world, you know, you got professionals that do very well, but you got in sales, the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit when you're in sales.
That's what I like about it.
That's
Mike, I was going to ask you, before we jump over to Peter, going back, in what part of your career did you know, like, all right, like, I got something here, you know? Like, this is something that I could really, like, you know, live a really good life with.
Listen, I was working as a service advisor at Abraham Chevrolet.
Sure. Yep.
A place that was there for a long, long time. It's now an online store. And there was a change of management, and I got let go because I was part of the team that they wanted to let go. Even though I was the top producer, back then I didn't understand why, but things happen for a reason.
We call that a Coita Nueva Barre. Yeah.
Right.
New broom, come
That's
in,
it.
brush out the old people.
And you know what? It's understandable. As I grew up with management, that's part of when you transition into a new place. And then I had just got engaged, by the way. I just got engaged to get married. And I said, well, I gotta get going. And a friend of mine's offered me to get the same job at a Honda store as a service advisor. I said, listen, man, am I going to sales with Honda? I could sell, I could make money. But then I went to Lexus of Kendall with my father-in-law, who's always been a Cadillac guy, back in 1991 to buy a Lexus. And I fell in love with the product because it was something that nobody was doing. The car itself, the service they were doing, the experience they were providing. So it took me, long story short, it took me about 4 months to get a job there. Right?
Wow.
It was
Was
very
it because
difficult.
you were recruiting around, or you're just...
No, I tried. I went to a famous soup place called Marino's.
Yeah.
And bought myself.
Let's not give the famous.
Did he have a back door or something in there?
Manny knows more about that. That's all I'm going to say.
I also heard Abrachi had a back door.
No, but it's two different animals.
But I bought me a suit. I went to get an interview, and they told me, "Listen, just call back every week. You know, we're very selective who we hire." So I kept calling every week for about 3 months. I go lunch with a friend of mine, who happens to be best friend with the general sales manager, and I told him what was going on. He picks up the phone, typical cue, and I knew the guy by the name of Bert, and his nickname in school was Golia, as a baseball player. Oh yeah, Golia, I recommend Mike, my kid. This kid's okay. I finally get hired. to me, that was the university, because that was a place that was so busy that they would just hire you, no training, no nothing. You got there, you got dumped.
That was on the job training.
It sounds like something familiar to us.
It was on the job training, and it was amazing because the store was so busy that you were generating sales. It was like selling candies. I'll be upfront with you.
Wow.
And that's when I started making money, and I say, you know what, I could do this, and I could make a career out of this, and the rest is it. I was there for 7 years. I started as a salesman. I became a new car manager, pre-owned manager. I got an opportunity to work as a general sales manager.
So, how did the opportunity to work at Mercedes come about? So you're there working, you're crushing it, and what? Did you get a phone call? Were you recruited?
Yeah.
They poached you?
Actually, listen, I have been with the Bremen organization for 23 years. The last 6 years I spent running the Miami campus, all the 8 brands. I'm very thankful for Norman Bremen. He gave me the opportunity. I was a partner with him at that store. It was time to go ahead and do something else. I stayed out for 3 or 4 months. I was approached by the group that bought South Motors now.
Correct.
It's called Morgan Group. They wanted me to run several stores. I went in. I was into the job maybe 2 months, and I got a call from somebody we mutually know, which they call him the Godfather of Coral Gables, Manny Alfonso.
Yes.
Okay.
There's always a Manny involved. There's always a Manny involved.
And Manny knew me from many years ago that he was
Very
part of
good
the group
guy.
that I worked for, and he told me, "Hey, listen, they call me looking for somebody for a big store. Are you interested? Are you still retired home?" Because he thought I was still home. I took some time off. I said, "No, actually, I went with this group." Long story short, I thought about it. I'm one of those who don't like to be changing. I've been very consistent as far as staying in one place, and I believe that makes a difference. And I talked to my wife, and I said, "You know what, man? I'll sit down and talk to this group."
Hablaste con la jefa.
Hablé con la jefa.
Hablaste con la jefa.
La jefa me dijo, Coral Gables, Mercedes, I think you should listen to it.
Yeah.
So I did. We had 2 conversations, 1 meeting, and we put it together. I spoke to Randy Power, the CEO of the company, and it was straightforward. What they were looking for, how fast they wanted to do this. Then I met with back then was the president of the company, Greg Barnes. We talked about it, and then we got together right at the plaza because the owners from the company, Joe Agresti and Randy Power, they have a couple of apartments they rent at the plaza. So we had to meet at a place that nobody would know because any place we go, people.
That's my area now.
That's it.
That's my area.
It's your backyard.
That's
And
my place.
the last question on that is Nick Saban involved in any way, shape,
Yeah,
or form?
yeah.
Because I've seen online and
Dream Motor Group is Joe Agresti is the chairman of the board, and then Nick Saban is one of the owners as well
of the group.
of the group. Yeah, we have a total of 6 Mercedes stores, 1 Ferrari, 1 Infiniti, and now they just acquire a Toyota and a Lexus store.
So they're growing. They're aggressive right now.
Yeah, and the footprint is all southeast. Or in,
That's a good group.
Yeah.
That's a good group.
I'll tell you, it is one thing that I noticed right when I met with them is that very important for them how to treat the customer, how you treat your employees, and family values. And I've never been able to have all that together in one place.
Wow.
So it's a great company. We're still going to be growing more in Florida soon. I can't get into it, but we're growing in Florida.
Yeah.
So they want to grow. Nick Saban is an amazing person. He's visited the store a couple of times. Shakes hands with everybody.
We'd love
Very
to know if he's
approachable.
here. So we can take a little videos here.
I'll let you know, man.
With
I
the
think
legend.
he'll call us a couple hours. Hey, I'm on my way.
Oh, yeah. Well, you let us know.
So I did.
Well, Peter, thank you for joining and participating. But Petey, give us a little bit of background
On him, I want to see.
What is because
I want to know.
Moya just continued all the conversation
No,
with
this is
Mike.
deep. This is deep.
But give us a little bit of what is that role of ambassadorship here in the Mercedes-Benz, because I know
Go for it.
I know that
have a
everybody wants to find out, what is the ambassadorship, apart from everybody.
And how did you get appointed?
And everybody coming and asking you for favors.
Just to let you know, Manny, no una botella.
No.
Please explain.
Can you explain to our viewers?
That's another program. That one falls under the Marino program. Petey, talk to us.
So my role essentially is to represent the company
Yeah, just speak into the mic.
There you go.
full time, inside and outside the dealership. I get involved in, again, the philanthropical sponsorships. We sponsor many different events
you guys do.
that
Yes.
are directly related to Coral Gables. Because we do business here, we think we should spend our money here and invest our money with the culture that's here. We're a culture-driven store. You asked that question earlier. So I get involved in different, engaged with different events and different things, meeting, discerning buyers, high-end people from out of town. So I do all of that stuff. I started out doing it casually because no one else wanted to do that job, and I guess it worked out.
Okay, you're the perfect fit for
No,
it, Peter.
listen. I want to know. You see Mike walk through the doors. You've been in here for how long already?
15 years when you walk through the door. Uh-huh.
You walked through the doors. What was your first impression of him? Did you research him? Did you already know? Because you guys, you're like a it kind of feels like me and Manny, man. You're two peas in a pod.
So I did research him. Our first meeting, I was wearing a pair of glasses, a Jacques Marie Mage, whatever it was at the
I
time.
even know the glasses. He really
Well,
researched.
I'm
them,
giving you the
Ask him what
breakdown.
he's wearing. Ask him what he's wearing today. He stepped up a notch.
So
I like that.
he walked around and doing the right thing. He shook everybody's hand. So he walked up to me. I got up. I said, "I am Peter War." He goes, "I know who you are." I go,
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know if that's
I
a
don't
good thing or a
know. With
bad
a last
thing.
name like that, I don't know if you're going to war.
And then as he's walking away, he did this. He was actually wearing the similar brand. He did this. Good taste. And he walked away. Don't know what that meant, but we got along great.
Those are Godfather signs.
Yeah.
You know, when people just go like this, you're good, you're done.
I've been in the industry for 37 years. I started out as a car salesman for Mazda for the Warren Henry Group. I got promoted to a finance manager, then a finance director for 3 stores. And then he opened an Infinity store, and I managed that for him for a while. Then I went abroad to do some stuff. I came back, and he asked me to manage his Land Rover store. I managed his Land Rover store. He was building a store down south. And I said, listen, I'd like to get that store because I lived there. He gave me that store. I worked with him for 4 years at that store. When I retired from there in 2001, it was the number 1 store in the country. First store ever to start up and become the number 1 store. We won what's called a Marquis of Excellence trophy. And we had an amazing team. And then I was called here if I wanted to come and join the sales team
So
here.
they call you to recruit you.
Yes.
Is that normal in the industry where people are poaching each other all the time?
Yeah. I mean, normally when you recruit, because somebody refers you somebody,
Gotcha.
and you look up that person, and if it fits what you're looking for, then you
Right.
you
Well, I mean, why not?
But listen. Besides the fact that he's an amazing salesperson, and he's one of those that I copy him when I used we built relationship. Him being the ambassador entails a lot because we get solicited for so many events
Yes, you do.
and so many galas and so many this and so many that. That having somebody who's been in this market for a long time, that has the relationship he has. Listen, I used to think that I used to walk anywhere and know everyone. He knows everybody in this place, So that's been really helpful. So when I came on board, he had mentioned that he was doing that for a while. And we went ahead and reactivated it, and
Oh, amazing.
He gets involved in all that, and it's really helpful. The fact that the knowledge that he has, the institutional knowledge, not just about this place, but about the whole market.
Yeah.
it really helps.
Peter,
Makes a difference.
for people out there, because obviously we're in the industry, we're in the same market. If someone would want the support of Mercedes-Benz in some type of capacity, at some type of event or sponsorship or anything, is there something that you guys focus on? Do you like working in things with children, or do you like working on a demographic basis? Is there events that you guys look for people out there that may want to do something with you guys?
Absolutely. We focus on charity-based
Charities.
things. Right now we're talking to Nicholas Children's Hospital. Again, great causes. We're looking into Christie House.
Oh, that's a good one.
Another great cause. So we're not just trying to advertise or sponsor randomly. We're trying to get involved in things that apply directly to the community that we can help, not just for the purpose of selling
Gotcha.
automobiles. Again, we're a culture-driven store. When you walk in, it's not about the price. Price doesn't sell cars, believe it or not, because we're the number 1 store in the Southeast United States, second in the country. we focus on relationships. We sell the relationships because it's for long-term value. We get the first, second, third, fourth generation. You have University of Miami here, so you have that generational.
Yeah.
We believe in institutionalized service, so we focus on that. So we're a serious store, and we try to get people that's career-driven. Most dealerships you go to, and this is just a fact of life, the attrition is horrible. You buy the vehicle, 6 months later, they're not there. Our people here average 10, 15, 20, 25 years. So, that's why we like.
And I think, listen, we also, when I came on board, I sat down with Pete and we got a list of everything that we're involved with. And it was it's a huge list. I think I shared with
saw that
Manny,
list.
And then with you, Eddy. And I said, listen, I don't want to be involved with so many, events and sponsorship. I want to narrow it down where, charities that make an impact or impact.
It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
The
Correct.
quality.
Yeah.
I mean, Alianza contra el Cáncer, we partner with you on that
Yes.
as well.
Thank you very much.
And we're trying to narrow it down to 3 or 4 maybe that, that we become long-term partners and that we could see that makes a difference and it really helps, the society out there,
Remember when we were at Row Steakhouse? Shout out to them. We had a nice little. Man, you gave us an idea at the end that you wanted the stuff about the store that we were thinking of doing.
I have too many ideas.
we were the objective
The
was
giving back.
the
The
giving back
paying it forward.
campaign.
The paying
that
it
you wanted
forward.
to do, yeah.
The paying it forward.
We were gonna go and pay people's groceries, etc.
Where
Where does that energy from you come from? Because not a lot of people are like that.
Listen, I come from a very humble beginning, and I've been very fortunate. I've been very blessed. Been married for 34 years. I have 3 great kids. So I think that it's important that when you're successful to give back. Over the holidays, it's difficult. Last year I lost my sister, my mom a couple of years ago. And, when you go out there, you see how many needed people are. And in today's environment, $100 doesn't buy you much. So my wife and I got together and we thought about it, and then we went and we spent some time at Walmart, Cutler Bay, and it was amazing. I'll tell you, people at the beginning were kind of receptive, say they wasn't sure. So I partnered with the Metro Police Department, Cutler Bay, and I had them come with you so they could feel they knew it was legit what I was doing. And we spent like 3 hours, and I'm not going to tell you the amount or nothing like that, 'cause it's not needed, but we made a difference in a lot of families during those holidays, and it was the best feeling. I've been wanting to do it for many years, and for one reason or the other, I haven't done it. And I got to tell you, it's such a fulfilling how you feel after you do something
100%,
like that.
yeah.
And you have people hugging and crying and thanking you, and the stories you heard. There were stories there about, I remember it's a nurse that she worked at 3 different hospitals with her son. They had just come from Cuba. The whole family in Cuba. Everything that she was buying at that place was to send to Cuba.
Wow.
So that was very special, very touching to me. So, I'm big in giving back. I believe that when you're blessed, you have to give back. And I believe it multiplies back.
Well, I just want to say that, we're blessed to have you guys here in Coral Gables. We're blessed to have you guys here, attending to all this whole area. And you guys have really done a huge difference with this store in Coral Gables. I mean, this is spectacular. We invite everybody, come out, take a look, come in and see everything. We're going to come back with our general manager.
Hard question.
When I'm doing this, you don't have any more questions.
No. We didn't talk about this.
Okay.
You guys talk about money. Everybody's making good money. What are the hours that you guys are really putting in? Like, what does it take to be a successful sales rep here in Mercedes-Benz?
I'll put general manager. That's fine. Go ahead.
I got to tell you, when I took over the store, it was one of the most challenging stores I took over, because the employees been here such a long time. They were set on their ways, and when I told everybody in my first meeting that I thought it was a country club, I thought I was going to get killed. Because the operational hours that we have for sales is not your typical hours in the industry. Sales we open from 9 to 7 Monday to Fridays, Saturdays to 5 o'clock, and we're closed on Sunday. We choose to close on Sundays, and that's not common at all in our industry. So when I compared it to a country club, I meant it in a positive way, but it wasn't taken that
Well,
way.
because at the end of the day, if you're still here at 9 o'clock because you're still thinking they're going to buy the one of one, you're going to be here at 9 o'clock.
Oh,
to see if you
absolutely.
make that sale.
We don't turn back any customer.
Yeah.
Customer comes in at 7, and they're there. We're going to take care of that customers. And listen, sometimes the staff is here to a little bit later, but we don't turn nobody down.
And then we got to do the top 3 for each.
Yep, go.
All right, go. All right. You got to give us. This is a hard one, okay?
Start with Mag then.
Star Mike. All right.
No, start with you, Peter.
No, start with Peter.
Go ahead.
Peter, you because we hang out a little bit
You
more.
go to humble places,
Yeah.
Peter.
Go ahead.
You got to give us your top 3 restaurants. It could be in Coral Gables,
knew that
in
was
Dade
coming.
County, etc. You got to give us your top 3 and why. Number 3.
Number 3. Cheese.
You're really going to think about this, huh?
Zuka.
Okay.
Zuka. Oh, that's a good one. What do you like about Zuka?
I like the atmosphere, service, the food. They do great pasta. It's a nice environment, and it's in our city.
Yeah, they're gonna open Zucali now.
Shout
Yes.
out to our people there, to Paola and everybody there also. Hedamo. And they're-
Customer here, by
they're
the
gonna-
way.
Yes, they're going to be opening up now Sucali at the plaza, and they also have Hereford Grill. Not paid for. This was just free advertising for them. Hereford Grill, which is the one where the Ocean Bank building is.
Number 2.
I'll be remiss if I didn't say this one. The Bashor Group. They're dear
yes.
friends. I was there from the beginning. They're super people. I love them both, Antonio and Jose. I'd put them in my number 2 because you can do lunch, you can do breakfast, best pancakes in town.
Yeah, they got a Michelin star, no? Or,
Yes.
yeah. And number 1. World War's number 1 restaurant.
No choice. Daniel's.
Oh,
Straight up. Best service, best food, best steaks. We do a lot of collaboration with them also, but absolutely, if you're talking about the best of the best, in my opinion, humbly, that's where I land.
Yeah, they have that rare tour that's coming out again. Now
Yes.
too, that we hung out there that night. That was an amazing night.
We're going to be involved in that, sponsoring some of that
that's a good
valley.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have a sponsorship at the Valley
Yeah.
area.
Okay, now, Mr. Mike, your turn. Number 3, brother.
Tough act to follow.
I know, well, but,
Man,
you know.
I'll tell you. Listen, I think number 3 for me, for a nice Cuban, humble food.
There you go.
You know, white rice, black beans,
Yeah.
croquetas,
Ahí.
chicken
Viste,
breast.
palomilla.
viste,
You're Cuban,
palomilla.
Mike?
No.
I was born in Miami, but I tell everybody I'm Cuban.
Okay.
Inside of me, I'm Cuban. I'm going to say number 3, Islas Canarias.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Prodito, man.
Yeah.
I go as far as I buy frozen croquetas.
Yes.
I bring them home, and then I don't fry them. I put them in the air fryer.
You're not supposed to put them in the air fryer, though.
Oh, they taste
They
delicious.
say that they pop.
No,
No, they say
don't.
good. You're supposed to let them first unfreeze.
It took me a little bit,
Yeah.
50 minutes at 350.
Coño, I haven't been able to figure that out. Because mine have been popping.
Come by, buy them. Come by my house.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to
Coño,
do it.
right. Number 2.
Number 2 for me, Portesole.
Yeah.
Also
My
nice.
friend Ivan does a great job there. I mean, the service is top.
That little corner is awesome too. They have the China Grill next door closed down. I think no,
Yes,
Chinatown.
yes.
I wonder what they're gonna do there.
It was all over the news. But yeah, they closed down.
Yeah.
Which one was that again? What happened?
That Chinese is a little
The Chinese place that's in
was next
Portosole
Oh, okay.
or Shaw's
Yeah.
on the other side of Shaw's. Yeah. Do you know? But I wonder what they're gonna do there. That's a perfect spot for a restaurant.
That is.
Number 1 for Mike, restaurant.
I gotta agree with Peter, my boy here at Danny's.
Ooh.
Tom does a great job. Even when it was a Fiola and now when it's Danny, it's amazing. The food, the service, the ambience. They do a fantastic.
They do. They really do. I mean, we're a big fan of theirs, and they're a big fan of the show. I was trying to get them to go to Burgerlicious. I think it's a little too tight of a timeline. We were talking to Tom yesterday. But yeah, they deserve their kudos. They've ranked number 1 and top, nationally.
Top 15 in the
That's
world.
Not, and I think Miami was missing that type of steakhouse.
I believe so.
I don't think we had that. We've had every other type of great food. And I feel like I think there's going to be other, I don't want to say copycats, but other people that are going to try to make more steakhouses to that type of, approach. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break then, and we're going to come back. All right, we're back. All right, this time we got a new panel. Gabriel Camps, Jose Ortega, and I continue with my man Mike. Mike, would you like to introduce them, or they introduce themselves?
Absolutely. We have Mr. Gabriel Campo, our general sales manager. We've been with the company almost 14 years.
Actually, today's my 13th year. Today.
Happy
No
anniversary.
way.
Look
Today's
at
my
that.
13th year.
Congratulations,
bro.
Today.
Way to go.
Thank you.
See what Mike organized for you?
Yeah, right.
Amazing,
For
bro.
my anniversary birthday.
year, get to be live on a podcast.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we have Mr. Jose Ortega, who's our fixed operation director for Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables.
That's
and
the guy I need to
the
talk to.
Color Bay, too.
I have an issue with my seatbelt. That's like, you know.
I'm the guy.
That's the right person to talk to.
All right, so Jose, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in Mercedes-Benz.
Eddie, Jose.
Oh, sorry. Jose,
How did I end up in Mercedes-Benz?
you were telling me a little early off camera.
You know, I was telling you a little bit early off camera that as I was listening to Mr. Rodriguez, Mike, and everybody talking, we all have that very similar kind of type of story, you know? How did I end up here directly? You know, I owe it to this gentleman right here who we were talking about earlier, boss, what, 13 years ago? You know,
You've known each other for 13 years? Oh, wow.
13 years, you know.
That's amazing.
We were still working for the same group at that time, and he gave me my first shot of opportunity to run a service department, and we ran a Honda store at that point. And ever since then, we built a really good relationship, and I was in Orlando for about a year, and he called me, you know, and without any doubt, I said, I'll be right there.
Pero you started with Mike, or you had a career already before that in the dealership industry?
So back to the point that we were making earlier, I started in shipping receiving for the Bremen Group, you know. I was working in the shipping receiving for Bremen, West Palm Beach. And
How old were you?
I was 19 years old.
Damn, 19, yeah.
19 years old.
A trabajar.
I trabajar, and I was basically a mail boy handing out the mail and everything.
19. I started working at 12. What's a big deal?
Oh, yeah. I started at 14.
Well, I was talking about when I was legally started working.
Yeah. I was paid under the table at 14.
Yeah.
Por la mesa.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was working with that group, and a manager at that time made a mistake. I was working for the parts department, and he sent me for a training, as we spoke about, you know, he spoke about earlier, for the service department, and I just fell in love with the service, you know, end of the business, and and the rest is history. You know, I became a service advisor after that, after working with parts, and I went and worked for Mr. Rodriguez when he was running the Bremen Honda store in Green Acres as a service manager. And quite frankly, he took a big gamble on me because I had no experience as a manager, you know, just from a service advisor standpoint. And
Yeah.
he saw something in me, gave me that one shot that I was looking for, and the rest is history.
You know, I got to tell you, challenge when I gave him that opportunity. You remember the airbag situation we had with the airbags?
They were.
The cattle
big
recall.
deal that
The
we
cattle
had.
recall?
The recall, that all the airbags had to be replaced.
How long ago was
It
that?
was chaotic. And he came on board
2013.
right when that started, which was, I mean, it was extremely challenging for him. But he pulled through, I got to tell you.
Brother, is there a difference between managing that department in, like, not for nothing, like in a Honda store and in a Mercedes store? Like, what's the difference between going to a luxury line, handling a service and collision department?
Well, you know, the fixed operation side of business is always, you know, it's going to be that ongoing business after the sale. Us coming from the luxury end from BMW, entering Honda, what I wanted to accomplish at that time was provide that same type of 5-star service that you do in a luxury brand to a Honda customer. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's still a person that is investing in their vehicle.
You're 100%.
So I think that's what really separated us at Green Acres, you know, with everybody else. We were providing a 5-star service for customers that needed to receive that service, even though they were Honda owners, you know, which ultimately you don't want to separate the type of luxury end. So we provided a luxury experience to that brand. And I think that's what separated
You have an idea, Eddie. Service is such an important department for sales. The sales sells the first vehicle, but from there on, if you provide good service, the customer will keep buying from the same dealership. So it's very important that they do a great job and the customer satisfaction, because that customer will stay within the brand if the experience is good.
Yeah. And I heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, but it's happened, right? Or it happens, that when you go get your car serviced, they want to give you the newest model vehicle, so then you fall in love with it and come and buy that model. Is that a true rumor or not? How is that? How does that work
You know,
out?
there's unfortunately a lot of rumors in the industry when it comes to that. We don't purposely give somebody. We do have what is called an allocation of loaner cards that are normally your newer vehicles. So it just happens to be newer vehicles that you get, you know. We do have the customers that want, maybe try a brand or a model because they had a different model and they're thinking about they maybe going in, and we try to, keep everybody happy.
Good.
with
So if
that.
I come and serve my vehicle and I say, you know what, I've been wanting to get the Maybach. You guys will let me borrow the Maybach?
We have no Maybach.
No, not that much.
But if you call Gabriel, he might lend you one. For you.
Okay.
Knowing the right people.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the other thing was, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but that the loaner, that rotation of loaner vehicles usually creates opportunities for buyers that can maybe buy a car at a more affordable rate, or how does that work out?
That's where I come in.
Okay, so let's say people come in, there's a loaner vehicle, you're able to get somebody at a better rate because the car's been technically used for a bit.
What we do is we usually drive them up to between 5,000 and 6,000 miles. At that point, they come back to the sales department, and we put them up for sales at a lower
MSRP,
price.
or-
It's a lower price because they've had some miles and they've been driven. They're great deals, so
That's what I'm saying. Those things probably
those are
fly
great
off the shelf.
Great
no?
deals, and they're new cars. They've never been titled.
Yeah.
They've been titled to a dealer, but not to a customer.
And how many of those do you guys usually get, or how's the rotation of that? Like, hey, come at these times and we have our blowout sales here.
We usually have in stock over 50 to 60 of them in stock.
yeah, that's a lot of
so
rentals
there's
you
definitely
guys are
inventory.
doing.
Yeah.
We have, they're not rentals, they're loaners.
Loaner, sorry.
We have in our fleet 237 loaners. We're the largest in the whole, I would say, in the whole state of Florida with the amount of loaners that we have. So we try to rotate maybe about 40 or 50 a month. We want to make sure we maintain that rotation with low miles. So we don't want to keep, like Gabriel saying, 40, 50, maybe sometimes 60.
So Gabe, if there's people out there that they want to get a Mercedes, I'm sure, are those cars really advertised a lot? Not
We
really.
have
no?
Mercedes for everyone.
You have
Let's
Mercedes
put it
for
that way,
everyone.
for
Okay.
everyone. We have
And one thing I'm going to add, though, Big, which I think is very important, not only when we rotate them, they go back to the service department, they get re-inspected, so that way whatever it needs, that maybe could have potentially happened. So you're ultimately getting a vehicle that is in prestige condition. It gets, if it needs tires, if it needs whatever the case might be, that's all going to be done before Mr. Camps here takes it and gives it to somebody. So,
I have another Mercedes story that happened to me once.
Uh-oh.
I dropped off
So
my
far,
car.
make sure it's good. The last one was good.
No, the last one was good, right?
Yeah.
Great.
This one is bad for me, good for you, I think. Right? I get a loaner. I'm driving it. I go over a curve, right? My tire goes flat. All right. I change the tire, bring it in. I drop off the car. I pick up my car. Nothing. I get a call like 8 days later, or more or less. I think I was here. Excuse me, sir. I'm like, yes. Calling you from Mercedes-Benz regarding your loaner. I'm like, yes. We expected the vehicle. There's like $12,000 of damages in the axle. The bottom got stretched out, ruined, and everything. And I'm like, no way. They're like, yep. I had to put an insurance claim, whatever. My insurance took care of everything like that. But your people were on point. They dejaron pasar nada there.
I mean, we do a prior inspection before we provide the loaner, and then when the loaner's return, we re-inspect the vehicle because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So there's no way you could avoid what happened to you. It happens, and that's why we'll might take a couple of days. So I make sure we don't make a call and then find out that we gave the car that way. So we have to go back,
Gotcha.
research, review the inspections, and make sure that if we're going to approach a customer, call them that we're going.
No, they were very professional about it.
Way.
It is what it is. But that was an okay experience for me.
Accidents do happen.
but my insurance went up like $400 like monthly at that time. I was young too. I think that had an issue to do it.
We have nothing to do with it.
No, you have nothing to do with that.
you're on your own on that.
That's another thing I wanted to ask was certified pre-owned, right? What does that technically mean? If someone's going to come here to get a vehicle, I see some of them with that title. Other than that, you guys sell either new or certified pre-owned, and that's it, no?
No, but certified pre-owned is a huge part of our business, actually.
Okay, and you have them here?
And we have them here. We actually have a floor just dedicated to certified. The first part of the certification, it goes through service, and it's
100 plus point inspection.
inspection.
So we thoroughly inspect the vehicle as if the vehicle is going to be sold new.
Correct.
So if there's any particular wear parameters on tires that need to be addressed, any brakes, any suspension, any services has to be up to date. We have to review the service history of that vehicle to make sure that it was properly maintained. So that way when our customer takes possession of that vehicle, we have given the stamp that the vehicle is certified and it meets all the Mercedes-Benz standards and also our Dream Group standards.
Just so you know, Eddie, our position is that if we're going to sell pre-owned Mercedes, certified. If we cannot certify it, we're not selling it to the
Gotcha.
customer. Simple. We'll go ahead and send it to a different market, the wholesale market, the auctions. But any pre-owned Mercedes that we sell is a certified Mercedes-Benz.
And then you get the backup of the manufacturer with a warranty. So that's what's the peace of mind for the customer. The warranty that comes with But it's unlimited miles and up to an extra year of warranty.
But you know, I've never had any issues with my car, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm lucky or not, but the Mercedes I've ever had, never had a problem, nothing with the engine.
You're having a problem with your seatbelt.
I'm having, because what they tell me is because it has a little bit of dirt or grime, so se me va lento y se me pone lento, you know. And I take it to a couple people, I try to clean it, but they're telling me, listen, at this point, just swap out the...
Bring it to the experts.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
Yeah, I really do got to bring it.
We promise we'll give you a nice loaner.
No, that's fine. I want that.
I don't know if it's gonna be a Maybach, but
Listen, talking about that, can you tell us a little bit? We haven't touched on these cars back here. What do we got here to my left on this side, to the viewer's right?
Right there, there's a
Try to speak in here.
There's a 2026 Mercedes-Benz Maybach. It's the luxury line of the Mercedes-Benz. If we had a chance for the camera to see inside the car, it has this beautiful leather. The rims are different. You know, it has the emblem, Mercedes Maybach emblem on it. So it's a very nice car to drive. That's for sure.
How much is something like that going for, more or less?
That's around $250,000.
$250,000.
Yes.
So I'm leasing that like $4,000, $4,500 a month.
About that.
About that.
You come work for us.
Huh?
You come work for us as part-time.
I could, man. I would have. Honestly, I'll crush it here, bro.
Yeah, you definitely
I know
will.
I'll crush it here. I have no
Definitely
problem with that.
You definitely have a.
No.
And right behind us, there's a SL. It's a convertible line of.
That's
the
more of my
convertible
style.
line of Mercedes.
Yeah, I love that car. Okay. And on that side,
We're going back to the Maybach line, but in the SUV version. That's the same Maybach, but in the SUV version of the models.
Peter had told me that I think Jimmy Butler bought one of those. He was telling me that he had got one of those.
Jimmy Butler had one.
That
yes.
thing has reclinable in the back.
You can
Because with captain seats in the back and you have a reclinable, it has a cooler so you can have a champagne bottle, a bottle of wine.
if they ever kick you out of the house, you can live in one of those. So.
Wow, man. That's a beautiful car. And the same thing, more or less same price?
More or less the same
How much
price.
are you guys moving those monthly here?
We actually are.
Wow.
We actually are. We're one of the top Maybachs dealers in the country, actually.
And those are the only two you have right now?
That we're showing in case we have a second floor here in our new showroom that we have Maybachs and AMG models.
How often does somebody come and they want something, you know, that maybe they don't see here, custom, they're really picking colors? You know, does that happen often?
It does, and we do actually do factory orders for the customers. So if there's something that we cannot find, because we definitely carry over 500 new units in inventory, we can go ahead and put a special order for that customer.
And how long does that take to get?
It depends at the moment, the time of the year that you're putting that order. Because there's a time of the year that they're switching years from the new model, and at that time it will take a bit longer, but usually 3 months you can get a vehicle.
And I know that your industry has seasons. It's like seasonal sometimes, no?
Yes.
I don't know if that happens to you, but I know with other dealerships.
You know, this market has gone away from being seasonal. I think that for us, in the last, I would say 7 to 10 years, the summers when we get a little bit slow, right? You know, summer starts, June will be the slowest month.
Yeah, if you're
But
traveling.
then July starts picking up, August, and we're very busy the rest of the year. I mean, I would say June is the only month that we really see.
Yeah.
Even January is a good month
Yeah.
for us.
Is there like if you're a shopper, is there like a best time to go buy a car?
Today.
Today? Okay.
Today.
now.
Yeah, we need them all now.
There's a
now
perception
business.
out there that at the end of the month,
That's what I was saying,
we
yeah.
get best deals, we got programs. The programs will normally remain the same. Obviously, I think that the industry have created a stigma that listen, at the end of the month you're going to get a better deal. They're pushing to hit a number. There is some truth to that. You know, many times we're close to the number we want to hit, and might be a little bit more aggressive than normal. But honestly, in today's world, you could look up prices, information online, and consumers are very educated.
That's another thing too.
You know, they're very educated, so when they come here, we try to minimize the negotiation because consumers know what's out there.
What they want.
The manufacturers advertise program incentives is out there. I mean, I cannot go buy a watch or a dryer and find out what the cost is. But in that industry, you go online and find out what the cost is, incentives, financing, lease specials. So consumers are very educated today, Boral.
And how does that make your job easier or faster or better? Or like when consumers come in, are they like, hey,
I'll let Gabe and I'll give you my
I got
thoughts on that.
$1,000 and that's it. I don't want to go anything over. Or do you say, hey, these are the cars you can get?
No, what has happened is the customer comes in and knows sometimes even more about the car than actually the salesperson because they've been studying that vehicle. That's the one they want, so they study it from everything is in the internet nowadays. You know, you want to find out anything with that ChatGPT. You just ask
100%.
a question and you can that ChatGPT.
But when it comes to the pricing, even though they research it, they have all the information, they still think we have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, you got more than that. We don't. That's right there. So I think it's human nature to come in and and try to push the envelope a little bit more. I think that's where it comes our professionalism that we explain to the customer. We go over the vehicle they want, the reasons why. This is the price, and you just make them get a comfort zone where they feel comfortable.
Yeah, I was going to ask this to Peter earlier because he told me he was the finance guy. How much can someone really negotiate? Is there fees? Because I get my friends call me all the time. I know you work with Mercedes. I had people in the DMs. I know you work with these guys. Can you give me a good deal? Is that something that does really exist, or it just depends on the person's profile? How does that work out?
Look, it depends on model, programs. If they're leasing, they're buying. Look, somebody DM me on the G-Wagon. Hey, get me a G-Wagon. G-Wagons are pre-sold. We don't have enough being built so we could provide for customers.
Gotcha.
There's a 2-year wait. Even though our customers have been buying for a long time, Gabriel will tell you, they come in, we try to expedite those, but there's a wait. There's not enough production. So, and everything else is based on if they're leasing, whatever the program is.
Gotcha.
If it's a high-volume vehicle, it's going to have programs all the time. If it's a low-volume vehicle, it doesn't have. So there's certain fees that are required, by the leasing company, by the state, that you have to charge those.
Yeah.
But sometimes our customers think that we're making money in those fees.
Yeah, that's usually the general population that they feel like they're just getting this fee, that fee, etc. Talking about the G-Wagon, eso explotó during COVID, no?
No, it's been a little bit longer.
Give me the history of the G-Wagon, 'cause that's one of my favorite cars.
The G-Wagon is a very interesting vehicle right now. It's very interesting. If we had 1,000, we would sell 1,005.
Damn.
Yeah, because
Why is that? 'Cause
it became a popularity. It became what you call an in car. Everyone wants to have that G-Wagon, that G63. Oh, the tax write-off, it also helps. It helps at the end of the year, but it's just who has it, who can drive that car is what it is about. It's a great car. It's been around. They only bring under 300 cars a year to the United States. So.
Yeah, and even though, listen, the tax benefit started a few years ago, but even before that, it was a niche vehicle. And it's amazing how whether you're a male or female, when they have those cars, they keep buying the same car over and over and over again. Is it the most comfortable car? No, but it's a status thing that you show up on a G-Wagon 63 or a 550, and you put the wheels. People love it.
I love it. I love that car.
Someone told me the Kardashians helped it a lot too. So,
yeah. I saw like all the crypto guys had it during COVID, and everybody.
Yeah, the Kardashians helped it.
And then the price, just dramatically rose too over time. No,
it has the demand.
You got customers that they'll bid on the car just to make sure
that they get
the car. Yeah,
it's amazing, man. And talking about the technology in the vehicles, that's changed dramatically. I see most of them now are all fully touch screen.
I mean, when it comes to technology and you compare it to a vehicle itself, it's really like a phone. It's going to keep evolving. Software is going to keep changing. New technology is going to be out. Sometimes, we try to keep up as best as we can. A lot of these technicians, our master technicians have become IT specialists.
As I say, they have to continue education all the time.
The training is always important. We send a lot of our team members to training to continually stay with a new model, new technology, the vehicle. But it's just like a phone. When you put it in layman's term, you have a phone, you have software, some glitches that you have, like on your brand new smartphone that you were going to have on a brand new model, and you just got to roll with the punches and just try to, stay really updated with the knowledge, because there's a lot, different models change.
We should know here at Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, we have 3 staffs that are concierge. This staff, all they do is spend time with every customer who purchases or leases a vehicle from us to make sure they spend as much time as needed to go over all the features, all the options to make sure they understand. And if they need to come back and then go over again, we'll offer them as many times as is needed as well.
I don't know if this is a funny question or not, but you get your lease, you have your limits of miles. You're about to turn in your lease. Everybody in Miami knows somebody that can supposedly roll back miles. I assume with the way technology has changed, eso no existe, or
that used to be called Pepe Millas.
Pepe Quita Millas still alive?
No,
you guys killed him with tech?
No.
You can't. So listen, I'm sure people can find a way, but it's embedded in the system, and when the car comes in, we're going to find out what the miles.
I heard it's like a 4-point checker system, like that. It's in the tires and then this. Is that true? Or?
I mean, it really, you have engine control units that monitor, your wheel speed rotation. That's what actually calculates your mileage. All these modules communicate with each other. So even if you try to manipulate one, the other ones are going to read. When we do a fault check, when you bring your vehicle in for service, we do a fault check to check that. All that pops up. And if there's any red flag, the system automatically pops it up. And now you're dealing with warranty type of situations because it has been manipulated. So can it be physically still done? Probably. It's a very, very tough to do. Yes. Can we determine when a vehicle is in for service? 1,000%. Even if you go as far as, software updates for engine control units so you can get more horsepower and all these things. While your vehicle's under warranty, my suggestion, humbly, will be there's
software updates to get more horsepower on the vehicle?
From other manufacturers.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of horsepower, things that you can tweak, modifications that you can do. If you own a vehicle and you have it under warranty and you don't have any issues, my suggestion is just to let it be and leave it alone, and you'll have a happy life with your car.
Yeah.
You can sleep at night.
No, I mean, I just, growing up, you always heard about that, get the lease, reviente las millas, roll it back, turn it in, that's it.
That's against law, by the way.
I know, I would never do that, but, and then I always thought about it, bro, imagine getting prosecuted for rolling back miles. How dumb is that,
Unfortunately,
for a couple grand or a couple $100.
That's what it is. It's only 20 cents a mile.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, it does happen.
Yeah. The sales reps here nowadays, is it more competitive than before? I don't feel like when I come in here, I don't feel like, that typical shark, in the dealership. I feel very welcome. I feel concierge style. How has that changed over time? You being
that's the culture of the store. There is something called culture, and we really do believe in it 1,000%. You guys, it's a culture. You have salespeople here that's been for 47 years. Having a salesperson that's been working here for 47 years, it says a lot about the store.
Yeah.
How we treat our employees, how we treat our customers. It's a family. At the end of the day, it's a family. And the process, the process is huge. We put in a process and we just follow it, and everyone follows it, and everyone, when we're hiring someone, needs to fit that culture for you to be able to work at this store.
How many people do you have right now?
Right now, we have 37 salespeople. 37 salespeople, and it's a big store and big numbers. So,
listen, and just to piggyback on what Gabriel said, listen, we have a process where we have what's called an up system electronically. So when you come in, you put your name is there, and there's a rotation. So there's no reason why for anybody to be standing out there waiting for a customer. When the customer comes, you have 3 or 4 people addressing you right away. We don't have that.
You guys have a great little...
And nowadays, a lot is done on the phone by internet leads. It's a lot of communication back and forth. So the culture is very important. We have a wristband that we wear that says that we can, we will, because we can and we will be the number one. And then we say, trust the process.
Wow.
It's important for our staff to understand that the culture we have and the process we have, to believe them up. If they believe in, then they're going to, showcase themselves, and the customers will get that great service and respect that they need.
Are you giving these guys, new vehicles come in? Is there a formal training that you guys take on? Is there these pep talks hey guys, look what we're gonna hit? Kind of take me behind the scenes on that.
There's always training. If you stop training, you stopped. You stop evolving. So there's always training. There's always new models, new programs. There's always training going on from that manufacturer, and from training how we use the systems, how we use the phones, how we use the leads. There's always training. It's always training. Every day there's some type of training.
What's the biggest sales you've ever done here?
What do you mean by
most expensive cars ever been sold?
A week ago, we sold a 2024 Ferrari Pura Sangre for $600,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you're talking about training any new hire that comes to work for Dream Motor Group for our stores. They must go through the whole training process, get certified by Mercedes-Benz before they start working. That's essential for us. Because you want to make sure that somebody starts working, they could speak about what they're doing and be qualified for that. So any new hire goes through a process. It takes about 2 weeks, I think, right, guys?
Correct.
Yeah. And they have to take all these testings, get certified. Once they're certified, then we let them mirror someone, another experienced employee, to make sure they get acclimated with the process and system we have in place.
What's the average time you're talking to a client? Average time before they make a decision, like when you're walking them around, taking, or does it vary?
Well, if it's you were excited to get a car, it'd be half an hour.
Yeah. Sign the dot, bro. Get the.
I think that every deal stands on its own. There's customers that do a lot of homework before they get here, and they know what they want. There's customers that when they get here, they're still not sure what they want, and we have to help them select what vehicle they want, or they come with the idea of getting this vehicle, but then they really should get another vehicle. There could be a trade-in. So I would say in today's world, what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours,
Yeah,
from
sounds like
the minute you walk in, you select, and you drive away.
I love the dealership experience, man. I like the, you're coming in to go see and talk and watch the cars and things. If you're serious, if you're just window shopping, it sucks, because you can't get what you want.
I got to tell you, I think that most of the clientele that we get in here, they're looking to buy.
They're looking to buy, yeah.
It's up to us whether, we're able to make that transaction, but
And
it's one of those stores that the customers that come in, they're ready to buy.
And let's say I come in, I get hired by Mike, I pass the 2-week test, I'm working here, putting in the hours.
You get hired by Gabe, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll be hired by Gabe, and then I'm cranking out, man. I'm doing a good job. How much am I looking at? How much can I make a year working here, working good, and making things happen?
That's very sensitive.
You think over 150 or 150 or 150?
In sales, regardless in the car business, or whether obviously you sell a Mercedes in the segment, but you can make, if you do what you're supposed to do, the numbers you mentioned is very, very feasible.
Wow.
Yeah, you can make a good
It
living.
takes a lot of time.
man.
It takes dedication.
No, but I get it. Like anything else in life,
It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
You got to
100%.
clientele.
No, I'm saying focused on it, and this is what you want to do.
I could tell you one thing: you're gonna get back what you put into it.
Absolutely.
If you don't put it, that's you're gonna get back what you put into it.
And you have to be adaptable. Nowadays, the marketing we do, as you know, is totally different. Before
Yeah.
we had salespeople here. One of our top salesmen, he doesn't answer any phone calls, any leads. Everything he does is through social media.
Social media.
And he sells about 20 cars, 25 cars a month through social media.
I might be getting a part-time, bro. I'll pump that shit.
There you go.
I get all my people to come buy cars.
And you can wear a suit every day.
And I can wear a suit.
There you go.
I'll do a part-time. Maybe I can come in the afternoons.
There you go. Definitely.
Guys, is there anything else you want to touch base on that you had in mind? Or
We're here for you, here to serve, and whatever a customer needs, we're here to answer all questions and service them.
let me see what else I have here that I had.
And listen, we also want to take the opportunity to thank the Coral Gables community for trusting in us and believing in us and keep supporting us, because without them, we wouldn't be able to have the business that we have.
Yeah, I mean, living in Coral Gables, being in Coral Gables, doing business in Coral Gables, the people here, it's like no other city, man. You walk down the street, and it feels like a small town in a big city. Everybody knows each other. Everybody says hello. Everybody goes and eats together. Everybody's very respectful, doing good business. I've never been, screwed over or anything like that with any business here either. So I think it cultivates the right type of mindset, and you guys are, the pinnacle of that here. You can tell, I walk down the street and I just see Mercedes everywhere, all over the street everywhere, so.
It's funny, when I drive around, I look to see who the tag frame is. I want to make sure it says Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables.
Mine's color bay.
Well, it's fine. Okay.
That's a sister. It's a sister story. We like our sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, guys. All right. So we're going to go to the toughest question. Okay. Gabe,
Yes.
what are your top 3 restaurants?
Top 3 restaurants.
You got to give us in Coral Gables. It could
Oh,
be
it has
where
to
you
be in Coral Gables?
Oh, no, sorry. It doesn't have to be in Coral Gables. Wherever you go to, it doesn't have to be anything,
my personal,
Your top personal
my
3
life,
in
my
the
life,
county.
my
Your
life,
day-to-day.
the day in Gabriel's house.
Start with number 3.
Number 3, I'm gonna say that we order from Sergio's every other night.
Oh, wow, man. A lot of people have been asking.
Sergio's.
The best soup I
He
put.
does a great
Yeah,
job.
Sergio's,
He does a great job.
Sergio's.
Great job.
And we cannot pass a week without going to Flanagan's and having their wings.
Ooh, you're going to get a lot of heat for that. Listen, I'm a personal fan of Flanagan's. There's people that say a lot of bad things. I like it because bueno, bonito, barato.
Flanagan's, that special
the
wings. Yep.
And number 1.
Number 1's, believe it or not, it's a little bit down south. We're talking about going into the Keys, and it's called Ziggy Mad Dogs.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Ziggy Mad Dogs, and Ida Morada is actually, Mad Dog was, he was a Dolphin player, and he bought into that restaurant, Steakhouse. If you see it outside, you won't even imagine the food that's inside.
What's good in there? What are you
It's a
eating?
steakhouse. It's like you can compare it to any good steakhouse in the city.
Compared to Daniel's or?
Well, Daniel's is top there, but
I'm sure in
Ziggy-
prices it's a lot less.
Oh, it defends itself, but it's an Isla Morada, and it's a great steakhouse that everyone should try.
All right. What do you got? Start. Number 3.
Number 3, I'm going to go a little bit off topic. Why? Coral Gables, busy, working, a lot of situations going on, in and out, quick, good food. It's a little corner down the street here from a gas station called Punto Criollo.
Punto Criollo. Justin loves that place, man. Our producer.
And it's
Amazing
a little
empanadas.
Venezuelan little place. You get to go in, out. They have a menu set in place, in and out. Get back to work. Get back to the grind.
I love that
I'll do
place.
that.
Love that place.
And when it comes to
And it's really homey inside
yeah,
too. You know.
it's small. You know,
Number
the
two.
kind of place when you leave, you kind of smell a little bit like the empanada, but it's okay. Number 2, I'll say Mika.
Mika's amazing. Mika's amazing, man. Shout out to Alex Perez over there.
Mika, to me, I mean, just yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
When it
That's
comes to
right.
Italian
Hey,
food.
listen, the ambience, the people, the way they treat you, the food. Listen, you cannot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna blow everybody over now. You cannot beat their lunch special.
No.
You know, and the whole city has had to adjust to their lunch special because you go in there and it's always packed.
Absolutely.
It never comes out to the price of the special because you always get other stuff. But it's a phenomenal experience. You have that I think it's a 3-course meal that they give you there.
But listen, I love their risotto, so that's the money.
Yeah, I've been there several times.
And then obviously
Jose's number 1.
you're gonna say, you know, I copy a lot from this gentleman, you know, and everybody else here, but I was blessed to go in one day to Daniel's, and
Yeah, it's top notch.
I'm just.
Oh, Manny was there. They
Yeah.
took, yeah.
Coño, only one day they've taken you. I see them there all the time.
Many.
No,
we went in one day, and the rest is history.
Actually, we have lunch at Mika at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
You have lunch at where?
At Mika's.
Oh, my God, it's amazing. Yeah, but you never call us, huh?
You never around.
What do you? Our office is right across the street from there.
But yeah,
Good
it's
choices.
definitely, you know, those will be my top choices.
All right, good, man. Good. Guys, it was a real pleasure.
Thank
Hope to
you.
do this again.
Thank you
and
so much.
thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
De verdad, you guys have a good leader, bro. Mike, you could tell it resonates all the way down, all the way through. It reminds us a lot about the organization we have with our guy too, Manny. It resonates all the way down, man. Leadership is important. Mentorship is as equally important, and I can see you guys will pass that on as well too to people under you. But it's a real pleasure to be here. You guys have a beautiful place and a wonderful team.
It's a pleasure having you guys, and we appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.